alphanever.jp. This is a translation from Japanese into English, but it has some very vital information regarding the health of Shinzo. People worry about Abe's flow of health. There's an anxiety theory out for Abe. People have asked the Prime Minister if he has had any vomiting blood, and he says, I do not have vomiting blood. Periodic problem, colitis, perhaps. Been reports of vomiting blood, but he says that there's no problem. He's not doing that. He's been Prime Minister Abe Shinzo has been promoting Fukushima products to get them exported. He's like been on the front lines promoting this hormesis theory that some radiation is good for you. He says, Shinzo Abe says, he eats Fukushima rice every day. So he thinks it helps his colitis situation. There's been reports that he has been bleeding out of his colon. And he's been going very strong, promoting, going to Korea and saying, you guys must take our fish, you guys must take our produce. And of course, he's already got that deal worked out with Hillary. Thank you very much, Hillary, for giving us that Fukushima food. Now, I saw this today and it just struck me. Now, this is Chernobyl. This is the steps that they did. They phased out milk selling from milk tanks to people who bought from recyclable open jars to buy their milk. And they decreased the amount of particles. They said right here, but look at the last line. Contamination of milk with radioactive air particles was only high in the first week after the disaster. Now, why is that? It is high. You get these byproducts of radiation that go into milk that cause problems is if they're fissioning. Chernobyl stopped fissioning within what? A few weeks? Fukushima has not stopped fissioning, and we have 3 reactors. So what is going to happen is that milk over time is going to continually increase in contamination rate. It's not going to decrease until Fukushima is stopped. And even then there's going to be a long period of time where the radiation in milk is just not going to go down. Unless we find alternative steps where we're using grass that's grown hydroponically, clean environment. We're long steps away for taking care of people like that. In other news, StarKist settles tuna suit. Consumers can now get their $25 or $50 in tuna. Now, I thought about this. They're not giving money. They're giving tuna cans, right? I bet their sales of tuna have went really down. At least 20%. I think at least 20% of the public is awake to the Fukushima contamination. I hope it's more than that. But we'll see. Maybe it's only 10% of the public is still catching on. Because I still see a lot of people eating tuna, and it's pretty sad. Friends at work, coworkers at work eating tuna. I'll tell them. StarKist has settled a class action lawsuit that alleged the company underfiled some of its 5-ounce canned tuna products by several tenths of an ounce. It's all mushy and don't even know what that crap is now. A shopper must have bought one of the following kinds of 5-ounce tuna between February 19th of 2009 to October of 2014. So they're going to give you $50 worth of tuna, 50 cans for 5 ounces. You can go to tunalawsuit.com if you want to kill yourself. This is some ground-based and aerial monitoring results from Fukushima Daiichi, Japan, a little bit after 3/11. We have a graph here, and you see a high concentration of the radiation was going northwest in that yellow area. And we see some of these areas have been marked out almost down here, but really close to Tokyo. Been following Chris Busby. He collected air samples from car filters and even from air conditioning filters in their HVAC units in people's apartments buildings from 20 stories up. He got an AC filter from 20 stories up in Tokyo and found high levels of contamination. If I was living in Japan, even here in the United States, I think it's a great idea for you to get really good AC filters for your HVAC. And on top of that, I don't think that's enough. You probably want to have HEPA filters. I would have one in every room, really, especially wherever you're going to be sleeping. There's 25 million people around Tokyo, even more than that probably. These people all need to be evacuated. Japan has been in the talks with Brazil to buy large parcels of land to move a good segment of their population. They're just trying to put as much as they can into the ocean now and save some of their territory. That's the plan. But the rest of us, that's not in the plan. I want to get back to the Abe story regarding his health. Some people think it's a little bit premature to talk about. I mean, are we going to wait for a statement for Abe to tell us that he's sick? No, I don't think so. I do not have vomiting blood, said the Prime Minister. Blood form is not a high. Some people were talking about his physical condition, and he emphasized that there is no problem with his condition. Well known for eating Fukushima rice, Fukushima food. They even took some of the best chefs around the world and have them made Fukushima dishes and made pretty little pictures and went to all these great dining expeditions around the world to push this food on the people. It's amazing, really. He denied the hematemesis, which has been described as it's a cold. So he's coughing, he's sick, and they think that he was coughing up blood, spitting blood. But he just said, hey, it's just a little cold, right? Hey, you know, he's not the only one to spit blood this year, the last 4 years. Contents are groundless. The hematemesis coverage equals Abe's office protest. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on Wednesday afternoon. He says it contains no content at all and it's groundless. That he was not vomiting blood. So he got the article withdrawn from a newspaper, and of course over there they control the media really hard, so they can't talk back with the state secrecy law. But then we heard reports that he was complaining of abdominal pain on the way home, and he had to rush to the toilet, and he vomited blood on that meeting on June 30. He felt really bad after he ate that Fukushima fish, let me tell you. He ran to that toilet. Abe was vomiting that crap out. Yeah, he put on a good show for you. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's going in the bathroom and he's throwing up on purpose. He's eating the food the Fukushima food that he's promoting, and then he goes and does what somebody does to lose weight. Throws it up. That's how sick these motherfuckers are. Then they're saying somebody reports that his face had turned blue and from sudden abdominal pain. So he's got a lot of his people that under in his cabinet, his government. He will make them also eat the Fukushima contaminated food. So you have members of his parliament. They're getting sick as well, and that's what I'm reading here. Now they're talking about the Olympics in 2020. So you're going to have some of the best athletes around the world going to a place that should be considered off limits. They should just mark off Tokyo. It's too close to Fukushima. They're finding radiation there all around, even across from the courthouse and the soil. They find samples. People are definitely breathing in through their car filters. It's going in there. So if it's going through a car filter, it's going in lungs. So there is documented proof here that he does have a chronic disease of colitis. And that does affect a lot of Americans. I don't think eating Fukushima food is going to help him with that. Physical condition anxiety is worry, just if mixed blood in the sputum. It is a big problem that health problems of the Prime Minister of one country are reported. Opposition to the health problems of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in the future are deliberations revealed to pursue, and we will, he said. So he's trying to get re-elected. Apparently he likes his Fukushima fried fish greasy. Blame it on the grease, Japan. On that radioactive grease. Fukushima fried fish oil. Apparently the stress is getting to him. And you know that Fukushima food is getting to him. I think his wife is embarrassed. There is a problem in Japan. There is a huge suicide problem in Japan. It's, you know, a lot of them, they don't want to share their guilt with their friends. They don't want to put that burden on other people. I can understand that part of it. So I think more of those people, since they can't release what they're feeling, that's what they do. So. Shinzo Abe, he just canceled a major trip to China. I mean, that's pretty big for him to cancel, considering what just happened in Tianjin, China with the blasts, with Abe's grandfather who went to China and Korea and supposedly they raped, massacred many people. And the Chinese, I know they want an apology from him, or was expecting something, some type of consolatory something. Well, Abe just canceled that. Why is he canceling that? Going to China. This is not chronic disease is getting worse. Prime Minister Abe of poor health has been whispered. In fact, his complexion is bad. Often you have dropped the heart sank in shoulder after the occurrence of the hostage crisis and not returned to the home for 2 weeks. Living to wait at the official residences followed. He seems to be ill. Physical condition from the Prime Minister again and said that he's decided not to attend the Davos meeting.